Elsewhere, the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops has called for the suspension of political gatherings in places of worship, as well as shunning politicians from their pulpits, especially during the holy seasons of Easter and Ramadan. The Church accuses politicians of sowing the seeds of discord for their selfish interests and that of their masters. NTV's Kevin Mutai now reports that the Church is also calling for an end to anti-government protests led by the opposition leaders, citing chaos and destruction of property.
The Church is once again pronouncing itself on the country's political tone, describing it as a pattern that threatens peace and stability of the nation. The chairperson of the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops, Reverend Martin Kivuva, says that the Church has for far too long accommodated politicians in their pulpits, accusing them of taking advantage of the congregation to drive a political agenda.
We also ask for suspension to celebrate gatherings and prayers, meetings organized and by political leaders just to politic, while they resemble prayer ceremonies.
Leaders associated to Kenya Kwanza and Azimio la Umoja have been keen to attend church services, holding the congregants captive for their message, which often has little to do with biblical teachings but political power. In 2021, the Archbishop of the Anglican Church, Jackson Ole Sapit, led the way, blocking politicians from the pulpits following the increase in the war of words pitting political divides. The Church claims politicians are using the masses for political battlegrounds to the detriment of churchgoers who are seeking salvation.
We are therefore also demand an end of all provocations and utterances, personal attacks, political agitation, and verbal exchange between leaders in a government or in opposition.
The religious leaders also calling for an end to anti-government mass demonstrations. They say the sponsors of violence have taken advantage of the constitutional right to picket to cause chaos that have led to loss of lives and livelihoods.
Nchi yetu wakati huu imekubwa na misukosuko ya kisiasa, na jambo hilo limetuhuzunisha kama Wakenya, kwa sababu kwa siku ambazo kumekuwa maandamano, maisha yamepotea. Tunaweza kusema si watu wengi, lakini one life is too many.
We cannot take it any longer, and we plead to our leaders to respect this holy time by suspending demonstrations for the respect to God, who they claim to give honor and have been totally ignored and even mocked.
The Church is appealing for truce and a room for dialogue for the sake of peace and tranquility in the country. Kevin Mutai, NTV in Mombasa.